Since President Biden has taken office through the end of 2023, there were over 6.2 million encounters of illegal immigrants at the southern border. And in the first few months of fiscal year 2024, the numbers at the southwest border remain historically high and has already passed 1 million encounters. I'm confident that the number of people who crossed the border and stayed in the U.S. in December was the highest it's ever been. Make no mistake, the Biden administration isn't detaining and deporting even a significant fraction of these illegal crossers. In December, according to DHS, Border Patrol encountered 250,000 individuals at the southwest border who illegally crossed between points of entry. The administration released 190,000 of those individuals on their own recognizance with nothing but a notice to appear at a future date. That's a 77% release rate in the month of December for illegal immigrants. Since January of 2021, the administration has released more than 3 million illegal immigrants into the U.S. who illegally crossed in between points of entry or were paroled through illegal categorical parole programs. These numbers don't include another 1.8 million illegal immigrants who evaded apprehension entirely and weren't arrested by the overwhelmed Border Patrol agents, kind of what we know as gotaways. Rather than detain illegal aliens who have no lawful basis to remain in the U.S., the Biden administration releases the majority of them into the country or invites them through illegal parole programs, incentivizing more and more people to come to the U.S. After their release, illegal immigrants are free to travel where they please while they wait for their immigration court date. These immigration courts are backlogged with over 3 million cases. Most illegal immigrants released by the Biden administration will not get their final immigration hearing for years. Another way to show the lack of commitment to keeping troublesome immigrants out of America is what the Biden administration does to these migrants who commit new crimes. And we haven't spent anywhere near enough time on what we do once you commit a crime in this country. The Biden administration issued a policy memos tying the hands of our immigration and customs enforcement agents, restricting when they can enforce the law against immigrants who commit new crimes once they come to this country. Secretary Mayorkas issued a memorandum for DHS restricting priorities for enforcement on September 30th, 2021, emphasizing that criminal activity on its own is not enough to make an illegal alien a priority. Let me repeat that. Committing a crime once you get here is not enough to make kicking you out a priority. Instead, only current threats are enforcement priorities, and then only because of serious criminal conduct, whatever serious means. Visa overstays aren't priorities at all. There's a departure from the norm under previous administrations, and we'll examine that today. While millions of illegal aliens are released into the country, ICE attorneys were ordered by a policy memo implementing Secretary Mayorkas' guidance to dismiss tens of thousands of cases in immigration court. In fiscal year 2023, they dismissed 84,000 cases on top of the 91,000 cases dismissed in year 22. ICE only removed 142 illegal aliens last year, despite an historic 3.2 million new encounters. The Judiciary Committee has assessed that the Biden administration is effectuating final orders for removal for only 1 out of every 26 illegal aliens. The message sent by the Biden administration is clear. Violations of our immigration laws and even breaking laws once you're in this country will seldom be met with consequences. By the way, I think we're going to hear that that's worse than even under like President Carter or President Obama. Certainly not in most cases. Detention and removal are off the table. Even criminal history is no longer sufficient on its own to make a removable alien an enforcement priority from the Biden administration. The American people, states, and local communities are facing consequences of this massive catch and release campaign. American citizens, lawful immigrants, and taxpayers are footing the bill. Costs of criminal justice, healthcare, education, housing, and transportation, and other services. According to documents provided by the committee from FEMA, just in fiscal year 2023, FEMA reimbursed over $380 million to local jurisdictions and non-governmental organizations for expenses related to released illegal aliens. I'm especially concerned about the national security risk this chaotic situation prevents for our country and giving opportunities to cartel criminals, gang members, and just all-around criminals, including members of foreign terrorist organizations, who are going to take advantage of this situation. The Biden administration must take action to enforce existing law and the incentive to cross illegally and restore order to the existing chaos.